Manifestation blocks. The real reason it isn't working. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Self-Love First, the space where we align with our power, reconnect with our truth, and manifest from a place of inner wholeness. My name's Alecia, and today's topic is a big one. One that affects so many people who are actively trying to manifest their dream life but hitting a wall. We're talking about manifestation blocks, and specifically the real reason it's not working. If you've been doing all the quote-unquote things, visualizing, scripting, saying affirmations, working with the law of attraction, and still not seeing results, then this video is for you. Let's go deep into what's really happening, energetically and emotionally, when things just don't click. First, let's discuss why manifestation stops working. Well, first of all, we are always all manifesting 24/7. It just might not be the things that we want to be manifesting. But let's get real for a moment. Manifestation isn't about saying pretty words and hoping they work. It's about alignment. And when it's not working in your favor, it's usually because there's resistance in your energy field, something you're not even consciously aware of. It's not because you're broken. It's not because you're doing it wrong. It's because you're likely carrying unconscious beliefs, emotional blocks, nervous system dysregulation, or even hidden guilt around receiving. These are what I call energetic blind spots. And until you bring awareness to them, they run the show. No matter how many vision boards you make or anything else that you do. There are some common types of manifestation blocks. We'll talk about the most common 5 and how they show up in your life. Perhaps you have unconscious beliefs about your worth. You might be saying, I want abundance, but deep down your subconscious is saying, I don't deserve it, or I'm not ready. This is where inner child wounds and social conditioning show up. Have you ever received something good and immediately sabotaged it? It's not a fluke. It's your identity trying to return to what feels familiar. Remember, your brain is programmed to keep you safe and what it's familiar with. So it'll tell you almost anything to talk you down to a place it perceives to be scary or unknown. Speaking of that, maybe you have a fear of change or a fear of success. Sometimes the block isn't about failure. It's about what would happen if things actually worked out. Would your friends treat you differently? Would people expect more from you? Would it feel unsafe to be seen? These are all survival level fears. Your nervous system may associate success with risk, judgment, or even abandonment. Try using cyclical breath work for 5 minutes every day to calm your nervous system. This technique is when you take a deep, full inhale through the nose, and when you think you're full of air, try to take just a little bit more in. Then release all of it fully, and that can either be through the nose or the mouth, whichever feels more comfortable for you. And then repeat without pausing in between breaths for more than a second or so. This focused breathing sends a message of safety to your nervous system and releases a lot of stored tension in the body. Let's do 3 rounds of this breathing practice. You ready? Close your eyes and sit comfortably. That's good. It could also be that you're trying to manifest from a place of lack. This one's tricky. If you're focused on what's missing, even while you're visualizing your dream life, you're reinforcing that you don't have it. You're saying, I want it, but the emotion behind it is I lack it. So really pay attention to how you're feeling when you're thinking about your desires. If you feel at peace, if it makes you smile, then you're on the right track. If it makes you anxious or sad that it's not there yet, then it's from a place of lack. Your feelings will always clearly tell you what state of being you're thinking from. That's why it's so important to check in with yourself several times a day and ask your body how it feels. Then you can breathe your way back into a calm mind and body. Remember, the universe reads your vibration, not just your words. So if your nervous system is vibrating fear, you'll be given more to worry about. A good tip to start shifting this is writing everything that you have to be thankful for each morning. Setting the tone for the day with gratitude is very powerful, and you'll be given more things and circumstances to be grateful for. If you find yourself spiraling down a lacking rabbit hole, immediately switch that to an I have loop, making lists of everything that you do have right now. However much money you have right now, thank it and appreciate it. Sometimes we get ourselves in a mental overdrive where we're overcomplicating things. When we overthink manifestation, timelines, techniques, results, we get stuck in the head and out of the heart. Manifestation is emotional, not logical. It's about embodying the feeling state of already having it, not figuring out how. I can say from personal experience, the more detached from something I am, the easier it has shown up for me. It can be confusing at first to hear, to stay focused on your goals and what you do want, and also be detached. It's certainly a practice. But all it really means is, yes, you think about what you do want, but in a calm, trusting manner that you know it's already on its way, and let divine timing unfold naturally without force or control. Sometimes we need to check and see if we have emotional suppression. If you're bypassing your emotions, like fear, anger, or sadness, you're actually bottling up energy that creates resistance. You can't push your emotions down and pretend that you don't have them, because you worry that if you feel a negative emotion, you'll be manifesting negativity. While chronic states of those feelings certainly could, it's normal in our human experience to have these emotions, sometimes. Allow them to arise. Recognize they're there, and allow them to pass by just like all other thoughts and feelings do. When you're allowing them to process out of your body instead of being trapped in your nervous system as stored trauma, you don't have to be high vibe 24/7 to manifest. But you do need to be authentic in your dominant vibration. One way to do this is to ask yourself, if I was staring at my own aura right now, from an outsider looking in, how would my energy make me feel? What color would it be? That's where the clearing happens. Awareness is so important because you can't shift something that you're not aware of. Now that we've identified the blocks, let's talk about how to move through them. How can we clear manifestation blocks? There's a simple process you can do anytime you're feeling stuck. Have awareness without judgment of yourself. Notice the block. Don't try to push it away or fix it immediately. Ask yourself, what am I afraid might happen if I get what I want? What story am I telling myself about why I can't have it? Remember, your brain is in survival mode, so we have to train it into making things normal, that it's processing to be too big or scary. Make a new decision to reverse an old limiting belief. A belief is only a thought you have on repeat until the brain accepts it as truth. Conscious awareness is most of the work. Just shining light on the belief starts to dissolve it. We humans only limit ourselves by what we believe to be true. Regulating your nervous system is a must, because your body has to feel safe in receiving. If you've been trying to manifest a certain thing or a situation for a long time and it hasn't happened, that's the first thing you need to address. Do the breathwork techniques, placing your hand on your heart and saying, it's safe to let good things in. It's safe to receive. This activates the parasympathetic nervous system and rewires safety into your being. Visualize from wholeness instead of visualizing your desire from lack. Imagine you're already the version of you who has it. Feel her into calm, her gratitude, and her ease. Get into the feminine energy that receives. This isn't faking, it's anchoring. It's creating a neutral and energetic pathway for receiving. I love to journal to reprogram. Use prompts like, the fully worthy version of myself would. My next level higher self no longer tolerates. I am ready to receive even though. This gets the subconscious on board and builds new belief systems. Let's reframe the whole process. Manifestation isn't effort, it's allowing. Manifestation is not about doing more, trying harder, and controlling outcomes. As a matter of fact, the less you care and the more relaxed you can make yourself, the more you rest, the better off it is. It's about feeling safe, believing deeply, and letting go of needing it to look a certain way or arrive in a certain way. It's about receiving. And sometimes the block isn't that the thing isn't coming. It's that you're not letting it in because of fear, because of identity, because you've never had it before and don't know what it feels like to have it. That's why self-love and inner work are non-negotiable on this journey. Look for the signs that you are clearing your blocks. You'll know that your energy is starting to shift when you stop obsessing over your desires. You feel more peaceful and trusting. You start receiving small, unexpected manifestations. You respond differently to old triggers. You feel safe saying no and creating space and taking up space. These are all signs that you're becoming a match to what you desire, not just hoping for it. So if manifestation hasn't been working the way that you had hoped, I want you to know it's not your fault. You're not blocked because you're lazy or unworthy or doing it wrong. It's because there's an old version of you that needs compassion, not correction. Talk to the inner child part of you that needs a hug. The inner child that needs to feel safe receiving. When you bring love to the part of you that's scared, unworthy, or doubtful, everything begins to change. Your job is not to force manifestations to arrive. Your job is to become the version of you who is aligned to receive them. And it starts with awareness, safety, identity, and of course, self-love first. Thank you so much for being here with me until the end. I love and appreciate you. If this resonated with you, give this video a thumbs up. share it with someone you love, and subscribe to the channel for more powerful healing videos, more content just like this. You can download my free manifestation journal in the link below. Until next time, remember, self-love first. Feel yourself into a wonderful rest of your day. I love you all, and I'll see you in a few days. Take care.